Hey, good afternoon, folks. It's just shy of 2 p.m. It's Thursday, April 5th today. Happy Thursday, everybody. Okay, we're going to do a small, I'll make it as quick as I can. You all know this is probably going to last about 10 minutes. I hate making 10-minute videos. I'm sure nobody really appreciates. So anyway, we're going to do a quick tour as quick as we can of all the yards. We're going to start here in the Holstein Steer lot, mixed in with 10 of the Angus open heifers. As you can see, a fresh round bale was fed. This is obviously where the old one was, and they just jump right at it to kind of use it as a sleeping bag. It's nice and dry. Okay, you're seeing something a little different here. And my, oh my, have they just attacked this stuff already today. This is Haylage. This comes from the neighboring big farm. I do this every year about this time. I go after one wagon of Haylage every week for roughly a good month. I did the same thing last year. Of course, I really wasn't taking videos last year, so this is something new. It gives them something a little extra, you know. They're doing fine with the dry round bales and the grain at night. But you know, I ran out of baleage here. I don't know, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. This just gives them a little something extra. I'm getting a feeder wagon of this stuff. Now, I don't dare fill it full. I do that, I'm going to have a whole bunch of waste down here. I'm getting this at an extremely respectable price. So you know what? Why not give them something a little extra? And they are absolutely loving it. I mean, they were running for it. I went around the corner of the yard and they could start smelling it. I could see everything getting rambunctious in this yard. And yeah, they're destroying it. It's good stuff. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. This did not come from a bunker. That was actually, that was harvested last year, this past summer, and put up and stored in a harvest store silo. If any of you don't know what that is, and it's okay if you don't, when you see a silo at a farm, and it's blue in color, and it looks like it's steel, which it is, that's a harvest store. Versus the concrete silos that we have. It keeps a lot better. It's basically, I better watch my mouth here. I don't have a whole lot of education with harvest store silos, but it's basically airtight so that the fermentation is that much greater. So steer lot's doing pretty good. Right now I'm wishing I would have took that little extra time and loaded out those 10 biggest steers, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's okay. Actually, I looked this morning after this morning's feeding. I went online for a little bit, and I just found out, I'm very surprised and very, very happy that I'll say one of my favorite sale barns announced a second feeder sale. It's the first week in May. Yeah, May. And that's the UPI down in St. Louis, Michigan. I can promise you a large majority of those Holstein steers will be at that sale. Okay, here's the beef herd. One thing I have to do is run water. They're out. That's the price that's paid from closing off the barn corral area, which is only going to last one more day. That's the price that has to be paid. Obviously, the cows do go without that shelter, which they're doing just fine. But their main water tank is in that shed. They can't go in here. So this tank is set out and it's filled multiple times a day. Is it a little cantankerous? Yes. Big deal. Who cares? The cows barely care, and all it takes is a little bit of time. And I've got a float on there, so I mean you can run the water and you can just let it run, shut it off a little bit later. So I just got done putting out an extra bale. I just got done. For the reason of, if I didn't, they'd probably be out late tonight or probably like 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I went ahead and I threw an extra fresh round bale of hay in that ring because it was completely empty. There's obviously some left over in these other two. So beef herd's doing pretty good. They seem happy and they're just loving this sun. They really are. It's 34 degrees today. Say what you want. Yeah, I'll agree. Who wants 34 degrees? But it is absolutely the warmest 34 degrees. After the last few days that we've had, it's absolutely just beautiful out. It really is. Little bit of a breeze in the air, but other than that, it's an extremely pleasant day today. So, okay, if you've been paying attention to the videos, these are the 9 new Black Angus heifers. All these are open heifers, except for this girl right here. She is not open. She is carrying her first calf, which, I gotta joggle my mind here. It's gonna be late, but I believe it's due October 1st. No, my mistake. I'm sorry. The first week in July. So they're doing pretty good. They're all settled down for the most part. They got fresh hay in the back. Actually, that was fed yesterday. And they are getting grain twice a day. Only a 5-gallon pail each feeding. I would give them more, but 5 of them have never seen grain before. And that's tricky business. Introducing an animal to grain, you don't want them to eat a whole pile. It'll make them sick, and in some cases the worst can happen. So they're basically being weaned on to grain. There's 3 of them there. They've been on grain for probably about a couple of months. They're fine, and they come running for it. The other 5 are getting used to it, but they're starting to really love it. What a mess, huh? Oh, what a time of year. Okay, I mentioned in last evening's video about us housing a cow that's in a little bit of bad shape. It's got a bad leg. I don't have the ins and the outs here, folks, but I'm going to call it the joint. It's in bad shape. Well, the local farmer, because he's calving right now and things aren't going the greatest because of weather and everything else, basically didn't see, you can see how it's catering to one leg. Didn't really have the room for to just solely cater to this animal with a closed pen. So bring it on over, and it's being tended to very well. Great looking big cow. Yeah, I dare call this the matriarch of that farm. Great cow, throws great calves. In fact, it is due within 2 weeks or less. So, in fact, this cow will probably beat and have a calf before any of ours do. We're scheduled for our first within about 2.5 weeks. So, yeah, doing pretty good. She seems to be getting by okay. Okay. We're going in the back side of the barn here. All right, I can see in the phone that there's plenty of light. I don't need to turn the lights on. These guys and girls, because these are bred Holstein Heifers, and there are some steers in here as well, like this one, for example. Yeah, what do you think of this empty barn? It's getting empty. If you watch the videos, you'll understand why all these pens are empty now. This group got let in about 1 hour ago. It's nice and sunny outside. They were let out at about 8 o'clock this morning and let in at about 1. So, as you can see, the corn silage, and they've been let in for an hour, and they're doing pretty good. Pretty good. So, that's about it. We're almost at 11 minutes, and I got to get going. I got quite a few things left to do yet today, and hope everybody's doing all right and you're having a good day, and stay tuned for, and yes, folks, I'm going to put a little better effort. I've been sliding on Shout Out Fridays. I've been sliding a little bit. There's going to be a little extra effort put into it, and stay tuned tomorrow for Shout Out Fridays. We'll see if we can't do something little something special, little whatever, something a little more fun. So anyway, folks, I got to get going. Talk to you sooner than later.